Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League's Chaos Cup. We are down to the wire here in Week 9. It's the final week of regulation play, and we have two teams up tonight who are duking it out to try to make the cut to the quarterfinals. Tonight, it's gonna be BoLieve Broncos versus the Birds of a Feather, BB Nut versus Galeshi, Nurgle versus Elven Union. Galeshi, welcome to the stream. Praying to Nuffle. I hope your prayers are answered. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at these two teams. Welcome everybody to the stream today. Very, very important game. In Division A, the top four teams will make the cut to the quarterfinals. The question is, which teams will those be? The Fishy Fiends, coached by Ajax, will be one of those teams. They're a Chaos Renegades team. They're 5-1-2, currently in first place. The Gutterballs, coached by El Numerino, will be one of those teams. They're an Orc team. They are 5-1-2, currently in second place. The BoLieve Broncos will be up tonight. BB Nuts, Nurgle team, they're 5-1-1, currently in third place. They'll be facing off against the fifth place team, the Birds of a Feather, Galeshi's Elven Union team. They're 4-2-1. And don't forget the Blitzburg Steelers in fourth. They're JD Whitey's team. They're a Skaven team. They're 4-3-0. The BoLieve Broncos have to win or draw to make the cut. If they lose, they may still make the cut, but they'll have to hope that the final game of the week plays out in their favor. If they win or draw, they will bump up into first place. That will mean that the minimum place they can finish is second, as there's only one more game left in regulation play, and of course it's in Division A. So the lowest they could finish at that point would be second place. Second place is going to guarantee you the slot. If they lose tonight, they'll be in 16th and in fourth place. Then they'll have to hope that the Blitzburg Steelers don't win or draw. If the BoLieve Broncos lose and the Blitzburg Steelers lose, the BoLieve Broncos will still make the cut. So really, BB Nut just looking to not lose this game. If they can do that, they will qualify for the quarterfinals. The Birds of a Feather, coached by Galeshi, looking to do the same, except they can't draw this game. Drawing will bring them up to 15 points. That will not make the cut. They need to win this game. If they win this game tonight, they will advance to the quarterfinals. In Division B, in first place is Spire's Philosopher's Song. They will be advancing to the quarterfinals as well. They're a Lizardman team. They're 4-2-2. And the second place team is Chime's Conspicuous Disunion. They are a necromantic horror team. They are 2-6-0. They're in second place, and they will also be advancing to the quarterfinals. And in Division C, Moobs NC Snakes in first place. A Dark Elf team finishes regulation play undefeated with a record of 6-2-0. They'll be advancing as the number one seed in the quarterfinals. And Clypheus's Odin It's Nuffle in second place. The Norse team, they're 5-2-1. They too will be advancing to the quarterfinals. The home team tonight will be the BoLieve Broncos. They have 12 players on the roster. That gives them a TV of 1,285,000 gold. Three Pestigors on this roster. 4 bloaters. They have the big guy, the Rot Spawn, and then a bunch of linemen. 5 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against this Elven Union team, coached by Galeshi, the Birds of a Feather. 12 players on this roster. That brings their TV to 1,325,000 gold. That's 40,000 gold in petty cash. Going back to the Nurgle team for the game this afternoon. 2 blitzers on the roster, all 4 catchers, a thrower, and a bunch of linemen. 1 apothecary, 4 dedicated fans, and 3 rerolls. How are these two teams going to play tonight? We'll take a look at the home team first. The BoLieve Broncos. Very, I would call them a bashy team, but not a lot of skills to start with. That's kind of a hindrance at low TV for a Nurgle team. They'll get better and better as the TV increases, but lots and lots of strength. Look at this. They have the 4 bloaters with a strength of 4. They have the Rotspawn with a strength of 5. They have the Pestigors, strength 3, unless they're blitzing, because they have horns. If they're blitzing, that strength is a strength of 4. These bloaters as well have these nuisance skills. They have disturbing presence. They have foul appearance. 5 players with foul appearance, the bloaters plus the Rotspawn. Every time you take a block on one of those pieces, you roll a d6. On a 1, you've lost your block, and if it's a blitz, you've lost your blitz for the turn. And Disturbing Presence will be a big factor tonight because they're up against the passing elves. Disturbing Presence says anybody within a range of 3 of this player that wants to pass, that wants to catch, they get a -1. And that is cumulative. So these all stack. So if all 5 of these players are within 3 of a player trying to play the passing game, that's a -5. So this will be a very important in this matchup. I think this will be leveraged to, I was going to say to great effect, maybe not to great effect, because you don't have a lot of control over what you're, well, you know what, I'm getting ahead of myself. I think what's going to happen is these bloaters and these Rustbond are going to spread out just a little bit. He doesn't want to spread out too much because he wants to get the assists on these blocks to guarantee these 2 and 3 die blocks. But he wants to keep this Disturbing Presence wide enough that he's covering the passing game because he's going to be up against this passing team this evening. If he can do that, leverage these skills, leverage foul appearance as well. Foul appearance we see used to great effect on a Necro team, right? With those blitzers, the Wraiths on a Necro team can make it a real nuisance when your opponent really has to block somebody with foul appearance. They fail that roll, and now their turd is really screwed. So that'll be important as well. But if the BoLieve Broncos really could just be ensure they're getting their blocks, taking their blitzes, probably with Bonix here a lot on the blitz, 4 die or 4 strength block with the block skill. I think they'll come out on top. They're up against this this Elven Union team, and being elves, they're pretty brittle, right? They have an AV of 8+. Very easy to remove them from the pitch. The problem, of course, with the Nurgle team, as we just mentioned, is they don't have a lot of skills that lean into the blocking game, but they do have the strength. The Birds of a Feather, on the other hand, this is a running team. A passing team. Lots of speed, lots of agility, due to, of course, being elves. Agility 2+ across the board. Has the 2 blitzers, which are great. MA of 7, they both have block and sidestep. One has jump up. I think that's a great skill to pick up on a blitzer. That means you're always getting your MA of 7. But 4 catchers of MA 8, strength 3 as well. Of course, they have the catch skill that gives them a free reroll on the catch. The thrower has the pass skill. Pass with a 2+ with a free reroll on the pass. And all the catchers have nerves of steel. That means that they don't care if they're marked for catching the ball, but they also don't care if they're marked for interfering with the ball or even passing the ball. So 2 of the catchers have the dodge skill. That's a great pickup on a piece that is this fast and acts as a scorer. Has strip ball on number 5 as well. I think that's a great pickup as well. This Birds of a Feather obviously talking to S. Beaver and the Wood Elves and said, you know what, I want a makeshift war dancer as well. So it has this MA8 strength 3 piece with strip ball. This is a great harassment piece as well. This is a team that can run with a lot of speed, but they can also pass because they've got all the passing skills. With 3 rerolls, that is the sweet spot. And so the Nurgle team is really gonna have to be cognizant of screening out the pitch, preventing these elves from getting behind them, and really trying to just stop them by punching through their face out the back of their skull. If they can do that, they win this game. If the Birds of a Feather lean into this speed, they will win. They're going to try to not engage the Nurgle team as much as possible. That means using the blitz strategically to try to blitz players away to keep players from being marked on the upcoming opponent turn. Otherwise, that's going to be just keeping your distance, keeping the ball back and away from the Nurgle team until you can find a way to get past their defensive line and score. By having to screen out these teams, these Elven teams, the real problem as a defensive unit is that you have to worry about where your tackle zones are, because as you screen them out horizontally, so to speak, you're losing players to really stack against the opponent's team vertically. So that makes it easier for these elves to really break through the defensive line. If they only need to take 1 dodge, they're probably going to take it. But if they need to make 3 dodges, they need to think twice. But in order to do that, you've got to shrink your defense a little bit to set up those tackle zones between the elves and where the... Man, this Nurgle team's disgusting. I mean, beautiful. Beautiful. BB Nut, the team's beautiful. All right, enough jibber jabber. Both teams looking to win tonight. BoLieve Broncos need a win or a draw. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did someone pray for rain? Look at that. It's a -1 to the catches, the pickups, and the interference. That's going to hurt a passing team for sure, but also hurts the BoLieve Broncos as they've got to pick the ball up off the ground unless they get lucky on the kick with getting under the ball or perhaps even with a high kick. BoLieve Broncos are going to choose to be on defense to start. 3 on the line, screening out the pitch as we just discussed. I imagine with the 40K, they picked up a couple of kegs, right? Let's see. Did they not get the 40K? Looks like they didn't get the 40K at all. Kamaya UK, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the follow. BB Net says bought another lineman. All right, that makes sense. Just to mess with the pregame. You know what? Fair enough. 3 on the line here for the Birds of a Feather. 1 back to receive. Of course, it will be the thrower. Here's the kick in the rain. Brilliant coaching. Nice. It's just a straight roll off. 3v3 means nobody gets the extra reroll. Turn 1 now for the Birds of a Feather. Ball kicked to the 4-yard line. Two-die blitz to get things started here. Gets the knockdown thanks to the block skill. The Harpy Eagle on the block knocks down one of those strength 4 bloaters on the line. Ejects the riot, says the rain will at least wash away the stink on the field. But don't worry, BB Nut. He was talking about the elves. Cobblestorms also hurts the Broncos. Nurgles are a passing team, I'll have you know. All right, I stand corrected. The brilliant passing team of Nurgle. 2-die block over on the right side here against Cauliflower. Gets a pal, looking for a 10+. Doesn't get it. Yeah, I think the rain's gonna make it a lot worse. 30 seconds to go in the first turn of this game. Again, the BoLieve Broncos need a win or a draw to make the cut. The Birds of a Feather need a win. Birds of a Feather move the number 6 catcher across the line of scrimmage on the left side of the pitch, and now the number 4 catcher on the right side. Reveler the Osprey over in the right wide zone. Thrower can't get under the ball unless it's a rush. It looks like it's not going to be. He's going to cage up with the thrower. Perhaps number 3, Condor. The Condor will pick up the ball, and indeed he will, and retreats the ball back to the 8-yard line. That would have normally been a 2+ on the pickup with that edge of 2, but due to the rain, that was a 3+ on the pickup. Succeeds, and is the offense now in possession of the ball. Turn 1 now for the BoLieve Broncos. Black Wolf, welcome to the stream. Oh, BB Nut says this is my last game as a 30-something. Oh, happy birthday. Tomorrow or sometime between now and the quarterfinals. Happy birthday. Two-die block at Starling. Double pals here with Mighty Blow. 7+ is going to break armor. Oh my god, I hate that. 1-man player advantage now for the BoLieve Broncos. Oh, why am I replaying this? Gets the armor break with the big guy. Being elves, they're a fragile team. These aren't dark elves. Ajax the Riot says I got a bye week for my birthday. I think that's a good birthday present. No responsibilities. right, turn 2, back to the offense now. The Nurgle team taking these marks. They are the bashy team in this matchup. They want to take these marks. They want to get those hits. The Elves, again, very fragile, very brittle with an AV of 8+. That 8+ means to break armor, you roll a 2d6. You need an 8 or greater. It's not that difficult to do. Birds of a Feather move the number 5 catcher in for the mark to get the 1-die block against Cauliflower. Gets the knockdown. Galeshi will have to be doing this a lot in this matchup. Getting that assist to get these strength 4 pieces to get the 1-die block, needs to leverage block as much as possible in situations like that. Yeah, yeah. There's something going on here on the pitch. Finch with the power of illusion. 16 seconds left in turn 2. Doglo Bro, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders, to the stream. Thank you very, very much. Thank you kindly. 1-die block against Bonix, gets a skull. We'll spend the reroll here into a pal, looking for a 9+. There's the armor break. Doesn't get a removal. Gets a stun out of this. Another skull. Spends another reroll here against Freezing Star. Gets a push out of this. Keeps the drive alive, but now down to 1 reroll for the half. Cobblestone says, remember, just because you can't see gnomes doesn't mean they aren't there. Birds of a Feather on the bonus clock here. You get 7 minutes, 30 seconds of time on the bonus clock to spend for the duration of the game. As we approach the quarterfinals, it's important to note that that is for the entire game. So in regulation play, there can be draws, but from the quarterfinals forward, there cannot be draws. So if a game goes to overtime, your clock does not replenish. Icy Spark with the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the kind words, Doglo Bro. Appreciate it. Again, thank you very much for the raid. 2+ dodge over in the right wide zone to get away from Grave Mistake. So the Birds of a Feather took the uphill block against Marcloud. It's going to be a skull. 8+ will break armor. No armor break. That'll be a turnover. Turn 2 now for the Broncos. So the Birds of a Feather, chances are they're going to lose players as this game continues. But if they can recover the ball on offense, they're so fast and so agile that they won't have, I don't want to say won't have much of a problem scoring, but it's very easy to score if you can get behind the defense. Oh, Doglo Bro with the follow. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Good knock. Oh, that's disgusting. Good knockdown. Did the block skill. Gets another removal. 2-man player advantage now for the Broncos here in turn 2. Broncos doing a great job so far in this game. Just screening out the pitch. Trying not to let these elves get behind them. Continuing to take marks on the line to try to get as many blocks as possible. Just keep removing players. Moob, the number 2 Pesticor, moves forward. Remember, these Pesticors have horns. If they blitz, it's a strength of 4 rather than a strength of 3. Two-die block on the left side of the line here. Gets a push out of this. This is a sidestep push. The blitzers have sidestep. Instead of getting pushed directly backwards, you can be pushed into any adjacent, open adjacent space, and it's the blitzer's coach who decides where that piece will go. Festoon, thank you very much for the bits. Turn 3 now for the Birds of a Feather, starting this turn on offense. Probably not where they wanted to be. If they won the coin toss, they'd probably want to start on defense just to ensure they have 11 players on the pitch to field their most effective defense as possible. But of course, the Broncos won the coin toss and they decided to be on defense first. Also a benefit for the Broncos to go on defense first, because if they can force a score from these Elves early, then the Broncos can try to win with the 2-1 grind. The Elves score early, you get maybe a quarter, maybe a little bit more than a quarter of time remaining in the first half to try to score, and then you hold on to the ball for the entire duration of the second half and win 2-1. BB Nuts says, I didn't want the ball in the rain. Oh, that sounds like you're a scaredy cat. It sounds like maybe you're a chicken. 1 minute to go here in turn number 3 for the Birds of a Feather. A plague-infested chicken. Oh, so like a Taco Bell taco. 33 seconds left in turn 3. Birds of a Feather thinking very, very carefully of what they want to do here. I mean, look at all this disturbing presence. We talked about this a bit in the pregame, and he's spreading this across the pitch. He wants this to be in effect, to almost guaranteed to be in effect. We'll see if Gillespie just retreats with the ball here or not. Not a whole lot of action with 5 seconds left on the clock. One die blitz against Magnificent Catastrophe. Got the pal here. This is the strip ball line and breaks armor. This is not an armor break here. Or, sorry, is an armor break, not a removal here. It gets a stun. Has just the one serious injury. Another disadvantage of this Nurgle team that we didn't talk about in the pregame is just how slow they are. These Pestigors are the fastest pieces with an MA of 6. These will almost certainly be the ball carriers. These Bloaters, however, with an MA of 4, not that fast. Not that fast. That's Dwarven speed. Oh, no! No! Oh, big time loss here on the turnover. Took the one die with the catcher, and it'll be a both down results, and the catcher is removed. The thrower is removed from the pitch. It's now a 3-man player advantage for the Broncos, and now blitz on the ball carrier. 2-die blitz gets wrestled to the ground here. Took the one die with that thrower. I would be so scared of taking that block, and unfortunately didn't work out. Now the thrower out for the rest of the game. So the passing game very much hampered here as they lost their passer, not just because they have the pass skill, it's a free reroll on the pass, but because they have a PA of 2+. Minute to go here in turn number 3. Mark Cloud succeeds on the really stupid roll. Really stupid is the naked trade on the big guy. This big guy, kind of dumb. No offense, Mark Cloud, but you're kind of dumb. That means before activating, you have to roll a d6. So long as there is a teammate adjacent to the rot spawn who can remind them what they're trying to do here, it's a 2+ to succeed that roll. Otherwise, it's a 4+. If you fail that roll, you lose your action and lose your tackle zones. 2-die block here against the number 2 blitzer. Gets a knockdown here. These blitzers do not have dodge. They have sidestep and block. They're not blodgers. There's the armor break, and he gets a stun out of it. And now the defense closing in on this offense, forming a scrum around the ball. Turn 4 for the Birds of a Feather. They're going to move Ostrich. Killian Logalegen. I'm great with Elven names. Rushes downfield in the left wide zone to the opposing 12-yard line. Setting up a player in scoring position. Now they have to consider how they might recover this ball. A scrum is not where they want to be. That means lots of blocks going to the Nurgle team. Moob says, I love jump up on a sidestep piece, but feels like dodge is a much better first skill on the blitzer. Yeah, I would have probably gone with dodge myself. That's not to say I'm right, but I would favor dodge. I think blodge is just great. It forces your opponents to start really considering tackle. Snake Eyes, the dodge on the blitz with the number 1 blitzer. That is effectively a null turn. And now, final turn of the first quarter coming up for the BoLieve Broncos. They're going to start punching some elves. There's the first one. No armor break on the right side of the ball. Now the blitz. 2-die blitz gets a push out of this. 2 marks on the ball now. Oh, Condor, your laser boots are not going to save you this day. 2-die block on the Timber Doodle gets a pow out of this. Ajax the right says not a great week for elf coaches, it would seem. Yeah, it's been a rough elf week. 2-die block on the left side of the line gets a pow here. Taking these blocks as the Bashy team gets the knockout, just looking for that 8+. Didn't get it this time. Oh, Condor's laser boots saves him. Gets a foul, gets a stun out of the foul, does not get called off the pitch here. That'll be the turn. Second quarter begins. Turn 5 for the Birds of a Feather. Condor staring down a 3-die mighty blow block. The Rot Spawn just didn't remember what he was there to do. He was mesmerized by the laser boots. Minute 20 on the clock here as we enter quarter number 2. BoLieve Broncos formed a scrum around this ball. And now the Elves in a precarious situation here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Elves effectively picked off by this Nurgle team. That means in order for them to get to safety, there's a lot of risk involved. Two-die block against Wags, the number 11 lineman, off to the left side of the scrum here. Gets the knockdown, but no armor break. Repositions the blitzer to try to get in on the ball here. Remember, the Rot Spawn has lost their tackle zone, but because BB Nuts done a great job with positioning these pieces, not too much of an issue here for the Nurgle team, that is. Birds of a Feather back on the bonus clock. They're down to 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go here. 1-die block against Bonix gets a push out of this. This is Condor, the Condor on the block. Gonna remain in the scrum here. So Condor Gonna be subject to another block almost certainly in this upcoming turn. Maybe that says, look, I'm helping the elves form a cage. I'm being helpful. Finch on the block on McLeod, but failed the foul appearance roll, so will not be able to take that block, as we mentioned earlier this afternoon. Foul appearance, you have to roll a d6 before taking a block against that piece with foul appearance, and if it's a 1, you lose the block. If the block was a blitz, you've lost the blitz. Turn 3 now for the BoLieve Broncos. They're down to 2 rerolls for the half. Birds of a Feather have none remaining. Lots of blocks to take for this Nurgle team. Here's one on the left side of the cage. They get a push out of this, but they pushed into a follow-up block, but probably not the next block they're going to take. Yeah, back over into the scrum. Gets a push against Condor. The Condor. Man, the laser boots are putting in work. Failed the really stupid roll again with Mark Cloud. Get it together, man. 2-die blitz against Condor. Now has the POW out of this, looking for an 8+. No armor break, though. 2-die block against the Osprey. Gets a push here. Four plus pickup doesn't work out in the rain. Used sure. Oh! Used sure hands to get the free reroll, and now Bonix in possession of the ball. The foul works out for the removal. Oppo is spent, but that's not gonna help. Wow, what a play. What a play. Got the ball on the sure hands reroll. Then immediately goes in on the foul and gets the removal. What a turn for the BoLieve Broncos. Bonix now in possession of the ball. Turn 6 for the Birds of a Feather. Birds of a Feather really do not want to go down a touchdown in this first half. They'll be on defense to start the second half. They'll be down a number of players. They'll be down at least 2 players. They'll be down at least 1 player, I should say. And they're up against a pretty strong team. Strong in terms of the strength values of the strength characteristic, which means it'll be very difficult to get this ball back, especially without a kicker. Being able to position that ball maybe up close so you can gauge early. Just real tough situation to be in. So Birds of a Feather are going to do everything in their power here to try to, if not score themselves, at least stop the score. But remember, the Birds of a Feather need to win this game to advance. There is another strategic layer on top of this, though. This is the first competition of the season. So Gillespie could be considering, you know what, it's too risky for me to try to win this game. GG's, I'll play it out, but I'm going to play to keep my players safe, so that they'll be in a better position for the next competition of the season. Moob says, hypothetical question: if BB Nut wins, this is the last game for the season. It's the last game of the competition for Gillespie. Are missing next games cleared at the start of the next competition, or is it a direct team state? Missing next games will carry over to the next week of the new competition. Turn 6 now for the BoLieve Broncos. Yeah, if you have a missing next game, it carries over. BoLieve Broncos on turn 6. They have possession of the ball on the opposing 2-yard line right now, just inside that right wide zone. Blitz on the Osprey, gets a POW here. 8+ is going to break armor. There's the armor break. Gets a stun out of it. Repositions with the blitzer to take a mark on the Timberdoodle and Condor. Remember, when you blitz, that's a movement and a block all in one. The block costs 1 of your MA, but otherwise you can keep moving after that block. So you can move a little bit, you can take the block, and you keep moving. Festoon says, I don't want to bother you with another ping, but I'd like to continue and redeem myself next competition. Glad to have you. I'll put you on the list, and I'll remind you when registration begins. If you are new to Blood Bowl or new to this league and you want to participate, our league rules are set up in such a way that you do not have to get in right when the season starts. We have 3 open competitions a season and an invitational at the end. That's our championship. You can participate in any or all of those open competitions. We had a season where a coach came in the 3rd and final open of the season and qualified for the championship. So if you want to play with us, you can head over to our Discord and just say, hey, Ava, I want to play. Let me know when registration begins, and then I'll put you on the list, and when registration opens, I'll let you know exactly what to do. It's not that difficult, though. When registration opens, you tag me in the Blood Bowl channel. You say, this is the name of my team. This is the name of my coach in Blood Bowl 3. This is my Discord name. And this is the faction. So, no, the laser shoes! The laser shoes were supposed to save you! No, Condor, please! That was the whole point of the laser shoes! You were the hero! The champion! Condor! Condor, why, Lord Gibby, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Bonix with the ball now on the opposing 22-yard line and all but unopposed. Condor, the Condor is dead. R.I.P., buddy. R.I.P. I hope those shoes go to a deserving next of kin. James Like Snacks asks, I was going to ask if there were rules about selecting factions, but I take it's open choice from what you said. Yep, you can play any faction you wish. Festoon with the bits, with the RIP. Thank you very much for the bits. No! Wah! No! Whoa! Somebody call the police! You may have resurrected, but no! No! I understand that you're still playing for some team, but that was a crime. No! God, no! Oh, no! The humanity! 2 deaths in a turn and a KO, please! Oh, man! Turn 8 for the burst of a feather. Festoon, thank you very much for the bits. Oh man, the Nurgle team being a regen team, they don't get an apothecary. They have a necromancer on their roster, and as such, they've murdered the Harpy Eagle, and the Harpy Eagle's now playing for the BoLieve Broncos. Congratulations on your new contract, by the way. Now playing as a lineman for the Broncos. So the tentacle skill's in effect here on the rot spawn. This tentacles means you roll a die, you add the difference in your strength, and if it works, if the die roll works out, the player that tries to get away from you does not get away. YOLO blitz on the 1-die blitz against Ajax the Riot. Gats the knockdown here, looking for a 9+. Breaks armor! Breaks armor! Wow! On the flash kick. Yeah, gets a removal. That's that's 2 removals now for the Birds of a Feather. Final turn of the first quarter. 2 rerolls left. Will blocks be taken? I imagine they will before going in the end zone here, but of course it's always a risk. Skulls happen. Here's the blitz. 3-die blitz. It was 2 skulls. Gets the pal here, no armor break. That's true. They don't have a contract. Yeah, that's true. They have an offer. There's the score. 1-0. The BoLieve Broncos are going to take the lead in this ball game. They will be on offense to start the second half of the game as well. Very well done. Oh, I mean, look, BB Nut. I don't want to tell you how to run your team, but I think your players should see a doctor. I'm just saying. I think you need to see a doctor. Just the one KO. My goodness gracious. Just the one KO coming back for the Birds of a Feather. It's looking grim with 6 players on the pitch for the defense. Oh my word. Nuffle, why? We have the best doctors in the league, thank you. So 6 players on defense. It'll be 11v6. Festoon, thank you very much for the bits. Oh, man. So a 5-man player advantage to start the second half here for the BoLieve Broncos. They're also in the lead 1-0. BoLieve Broncos just need to win or draw in order to make the cut here. And they're looking to be in pretty good shape. Oh, no! The weather you know what? You know what? This is all... You know what? BB Nut deserves this because BB Nut clearly spent the week praying to Nuffle. prayed for clearer skies. Nuffle provided. It's no longer a -1 on the pickup. James likes snacks, rooting for the defense here, hoping they can pull something off. They need to win in order to make the cut. 2-9 blitz with Horns over on the right side, gets a push against the Horn Screamer. Had the mark by the Rot Spawn to negate the assist by, oh no, he had the assist here, so Horns didn't really, Horns wasn't really a factor. You should have seen them before the doctor's visits. Now the ball pickup's a 3+ instead of a 4+, but Snake Eyes the roll. Snake Eyes the roll, that's a turnover. Turn 9 now for the Birds of a Feather with so few players on the pitch. Oh boy, I don't know what to do. They would love to pressure the ball, but BB Nut well aware of that fact, and so ends up covering this side of the pitch here just to prevent these elves from breaking through to apply pressure. Very good tactics here on display by BB Nut. Whenever you hear me pause my speech, by the way, it's because my my screen to draw on fell behind in the screen stack, and I have to go find it. Failed 50-50 dodge on the left side here. Spends the reroll. Works out. That 50-50 with a... Oh, no. A 50-50 reroll with a... or a 50-50 dodge or a 50-50 roll of any sort with a reroll is a 75% chance of success. But rolled double skulls after spending 2 rerolls here on turn 9. Now the Birds of a Feather down to 1 reroll for the game. BoLieve Broncos on turn 10. You can see Galeshi in the picture-in-picture. Two-9 block on the line, gets a push here. Two-die block against Finch, the rookie lineman. Gets a knockdown, no armor break. Double pals against Starling. The number 9 level 2 lineman has the dodge skill. It's not going to matter here. No armor break. And now the 3+ pickup works out. Bonex in possession of the ball on the BoLieve Broncos' own 10-yard line, just outside that right wide zone. Another foul here. You have a significant player advantage. Why not? Doesn't get anything out of the foul. It's going to argue the call, and the ref says, nah, come on, man. Come on, get out of here. Wags will be sent off the pitch. Now down to a 4-man player advantage for the Broncos. Turn 10 for the Birds of a Feather. Failed 5+. I was gonna say Galeshi needs to believe in Nuffle. Whoa! Doesn't get the removal, or doesn't get the knockdown, gets a push. Big time blitz. I don't think I caught the replay, but let's see if I did. 5+3+3+ to a 1 die on the blitz, gets a push out of this. Oh, Clivey is welcome to the stream. Clivey says, arrived just in time to see someone thrown out. 4-man player advantage for the Broncos. Turn 11 now. The blitz on Ostrich for the audacity of blitzing. There's the armor break. Gets a stun out of it. Purple Chest says, get out of here. Is he wearing a cape? Hey, look at that. Two-die block against the rookie lineman, the Horn Screamer. Gets a knockdown out of this, but no armor break. And now Starling on the dodge push. Ball advances across the line of scrimmage to the opposing 2-yard line. Hands off to Vastaman, the number 6 bloater. So this is another skill you have to learn in Blood Bowl. Spreading out your SPP, getting that SPP. Oh, man. I'll see you later, Finch. Back to a 5-man player advantage for the Broncos. Just 5 left on the pitch for the Elvin Union team. This will be a wrestle down to the ground. Move, wrestles down Starling. Russell says on a both down result, you can choose to... Oh, no. No, just took the both down. Wanted the armor break. Wanted the trade there. I think that's a wise decision. But Russell says you can decide that a both down result means you both go down, but it's not an armor break, not a turnover. But a skill you need to learn in Blood Bowl is spreading out that SPP to the players that you want to get SPP on. Level them up quickly so that you can get the skills you need and use them sooner in the season. That means you're getting more use out of it. You're getting... more return out of your investment, so to speak. Judge Dredge demanding death. Welcome to the stream. Elves have hollow bones. That's what makes them so fast and agile. Oh no, the Timber Doodle on the blitz failed the foul appearance roll. That's why foul appearance is so annoying. So now the blitz lost for this Elven team. And Tentacles is going to keep Magpie right where he is. Gets knocked down. That's a turnover. Failed to dodge. Turn 12 now for the Broncos. And the bloater trundles down pitch to the opposing 12-yard line. Clivey's with a 3-stream streak. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for participating. Thanks for sharing in some Blood Bowl. One of my favorite games ever. Trundle sounds like the correct word, yeah? I think so. Gets a push on the 3-die block here with the big guy. So the Broncos doing exactly what we said they needed to do in the pregame here, and it's been working out very, very well. Stand-up blitz with horns. 2-die block. Gets the knockdown on the Timber Doodle, looking for an 8+. Got the 8+. That is another removed elf. Oh, man. Oh. Clypheus, thank you very much for the bits. Are we down to 4 elves? 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like it. 4 elves remaining on the pitch. Turn 12 for the Birds of a Feather. Black Wolf said, okay, this is Shades of SP Beaver's game. Final turn of the third quarter. Just 4 elves remaining on the pitch. No rerolls remaining for the Birds of a Feather. If they have any hope at all, it's going to be faith in Nuffle. BB equals big bully. Oh, you might have thought that meant Blood Bowl. Trying to get away from this big guy. Doesn't work out. Tentacles again in effect. That's a turnover. Fourth and final quarter begins. The Broncos in the lead. They have the ball. They have a significant player advantage. Two-die blitz against the number 6 catcher. Gets the armor break. Gets the removal. We're down to 3 elves. Could this be a table? Oh, man. Turnover on the both down. No armor break. Turn 13 now for the Birds of a Feather. Clive says, "Can I say I would much rather my next game would be against these elves?" Yeah, there's a lot. This is a harsh game. Lots of injury. Lots of injury. As it sometimes goes with an elf team. hit the emergency warning. We're at critical elf. Gillespie looking for anything to do here. Good dodge. 2 dodges to 2 rushes to try to get on this ball and make something happen. That's going to be the turn. Turn 14 coming up for the Broncos. Cifuente says, "It's ah! 2 elves? Are we down to 2? 2 elves!" Cifuente says, "Is this 2 games in a row near pitch clear for BB Nut?" I'm not sure. I don't remember the last game. I don't even remember what I ate for lunch. No! No, don't! No! Oh, it's just a stud. It's just a stud. Gets a pal on Magpie looking for an 8+ here. Doesn't get it. I imagine we'll see a foul. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he's just going to score. He wants to try to get on the board again. 2-0 the score for the BoLieve Broncos. They increase their lead. Cifuente says he just did another league versus me. Ah, I see. I see. 2 KOs come back for the Birds of a Feather. So they do avoid the slaughter rule here, and they will have to set up with 4. The Portentous says the best elf is a dead elf. I think many might agree with you. I like wood elves. All right, 4 on the pitch for these elves. Middling kick. I saw changing weather. I was like, oh, if this is rain, this is just rude. Turn 14 for the Birds of a Feather. Birds of a Feather down 2 touchdowns. Doesn't look like they're going to get a win out of this. But Gillespie had a great season, right? If Gillespie won this game, Gillespie would have made the cut. Had a great season with this team that we don't see a lot of play with. Really made something happen with them here in Division A, which was a very competitive division. Again, the top 2 teams from each division makes the cut to the quarterfinals, and then the 2 best teams besides make the cut. Those 2 extra slots are coming from Division A. So 4 teams from Division A making the cut. Very, very competitive team here. Very competitive division here. Gillespie up against one of the best coaches in the division, maybe even in the league here, as the BoLieve Broncos look to be making the quarterfinals as they're up 2-0 here in turn 15 with just 3 elves left on the pitch. And Gillespie says, did he just get another elf killed? He was KO'd, right? Oh, no. No, I think that was an injury. Yeah, I think that might have been an actual injury. We're just going to gloss over that other injury at this point. Yeah. Here's the blitz on the ball carrier. 2-9 blitz. That's a pal. Can it be an 8+? It cannot be. Ball's going to bounce in the hands of Moob, the number 2 Pestigore. Ball's going to bounce back to the 12-yard line. Three-die block on Starling with Mighty Blow means 7+ will break armor, but no armor break because Starling's a pro. Sees his dead and injured brothers and said, I've got work to do. 2 rushes to recover the ball. Hands off to Moob. Very well done. Spreading out the SPP. Turn 15 for the Birds of a Feather. They've got 3 left on the pitch. Stand up blitz into the uphill blitz. Why not against Moob? Gets a push out of this. Continues to mark the ball carrier. We'll see if the Osprey will stay alive, though. A number of dodges to take another mark here. Takes it on the opposite side with Osprey. Dodge galore. Dodges for days. Couple of rushes as well. 2 marks on Moob, the ball carrier now. Don't run. You'll be tired when you die. Turn 16 for the Broncos. It's currently 1 rush to score. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz. Got the POW against Albatross. 8+ breaks armor. No armor break. Good chain push. Filled in the square here. By having these 2 marks, this fills in the square, allowing the ball carrier to get pushed aside here. Good identification here by BB Nut to free the ball carrier. 1 rush. We'll get into the end zone. Oh, no, not with a push. There's no rush. My word. 3-0 now. The Broncos take the lead with 1 turn left in the game. Take the lead? Increase their lead with 1 turn left in the game. Cobblestorm says, and that's how the Birdwatcher Society put out a hit on BB Nut. So 4 with the KO coming back on the pitch. Still, the Birds of a Feather still have to field all 4. It's not going to matter too much unless there's a timeout. The Birds of a Feather probably not hoping for a timeout here with 4 left. Gillespie says, Blood Bowl! Oh, Gillespie. Oh, what a good sport you are. I very much appreciate it. Gillespie says, give me the timeout. Let's go. Nobody gets the extra reroll here either. Festive, thank you very much for the bits. Gillespie says, I just need 2 good turns. James like Snaps is rooting for this offense. 2+ dodge away. What? Why? Oh, I was like, why dodge? Oh, because he wants to throw for SVP. Now I get it. Judge Dredd says, is there even any team left? Beowulf, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Judge Trent says, can you call it a team at this point? Yeah, you can. Look at them. They're still putting in work. Going for the pass, failed the pass. That'll be it. Ciuente, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. And that'll be the game. 3-0. The BoLieve Broncos will be advancing to the quarterfinals. The Portentis, thank you very much for the follow as well. I appreciate it very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Oh, what a game. Yeah, Goleshi, thank you very much. That was a lot of fun. I know it was probably frustrating, but that was a lot of fun to watch. And with that, the BoLieve, what? Oh, I didn't end the game. That's why. Hold on. There we go. I didn't end the game. And with that, the BoLieve Broncos will take first place in Division A, at least currently. They are 6-1-1. Who's left? Blitzburg Steelers? Oh, they're going to end in first place. So 6-1-1 gives them 19 points. They will end in first place here in Division A. They will be the number 2 seed going into the quarterfinals. Congratulations to BB Nut and the BoLieve Broncos. Well-fought game by both coaches. Again, Galeshi was still in it here in Week 9. If they would have won, they would have advanced to the quarterfinals. Put in a very good showing with the Selvin Union team losing just 2 games, all competition long. I hope we'll see Galeshi back for the Spike Magazine trophy. It was a lot of fun to watch. We don't get to see Elvin Union played a whole lot, and Galeshi showed us for 8 games how you can play Elvin Union effectively. So congratulations to BB Nut again. My thanks to both coaches for participating here. Good luck to the Broncos in the quarterfinals. Galeshi says the Elves will return. Hooray! All right, well, we'll take a look at the schedule before we leave this afternoon. All right, one last game to play here in regulation, and that will be this Tuesday, April 22nd at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. We're going to have the Blitzburg Steelers versus the Dangerous Knights crew. JD Whitey versus Connor. I've already forgotten which of those teams they are. Let me see. JD Whitey. Oh, that's Skaven versus Dark Elves. Skaven versus Dark Elves. The Steelers, the Skaven team, the Dangerous Knights crew, the Dark Elves team. That'll be this Tuesday. The Blitzburg Steelers are looking to win. Let's double check, shall we? Blitzburg Steelers, yeah, looking to win. If they win, they will make, win or draw. So if the Blitzburg Steelers win or draw, they will make the cut to the quarterfinals. The top 4 teams here in Division A are making the cut. 16 points is what you need. So a win or a draw will make it. That'll be a fun one to watch as well. And that'll do it for today. So after BB says, what's best third place looking like? Best third place in Division A? Or do you mean the last 2 teams? All 4 are coming from Division A. It's the top 2 teams of Division B and Division C. The other 2 are coming from Division A just because they have the most points. Bird was not All right, after the final game of Week 9, the quarterfinals for the 7th and 8th spot. Yeah, I'll show you real quick. So the 7th and 8th spots are going to go to the 3rd and 4th place teams in Division A because they will have 16 points. Even if they don't, if the Blitzburg Steelers, actually the Blitzburg Steelers have already made the cut. now that I'm looking at it, because the Blitzburg Steelers, even if they lose, they have 15 points and a TD diff of +9. So if you look at Division B, the 3rd place team here in Division B is my team. I only have 12 points, so I can't make the cut. And then the 3rd place team in Division C is Con Kill's team with 15 points, but their TD diff is a +3. So, you know what? JD Whitey's team's already made it. I hate to spoil the last game. Oh, that's true. That's true. JD Whitey could lose by a whole lot, I suppose. But effectively, they've already made the cut here. So the top 4 teams here in Division A will be the teams that are advancing into the quarterfinals. It's going to be the BoLieve Broncos, the Fishy Fiends, the Gutterballs, and the Blitzburg Steelers. And then in Division B, it'll be Philosopher's Song and Conspicuous Disunion. And finally, the NC Snakes and Odin's Novel. Lots of representation of different factions here in the quarterfinals. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, so we have one game left in in week 9. After that, coaches will begin scheduling their quarterfinal matches. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to this to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB, here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. The Roller Dwarfs didn't make it. They didn't. They fought very hard, but they got dethroned by Clypheus's Norse team. It was a great match. Play Blood Bowl, guys. Blood Bowl is so much fun. There's a reason it's been played for decades. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until this Tuesday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.